Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things. No, it's not just a 90s pop song from Salt and Peppa. It's also an event happening this week at Vancouver's Art of Loving.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex. How did this whole thing come together?
This whole project actually was inspired by a solo performance that Zach did, his graduating project at theater school.
Yeah, it was my graduating performance. You do a solo show, and one day I was actually driving around with Lena, one of our other cast members, and we started talking about stuff like, when's the first time you touched a boob, or first time you touched a penis, and like, what did that feel like?
Anyways, we're sexting, and she tells me that she's masturbating, and she's like, I need some help. And I'm like, well, I can help you with that. And she's like, cool, go into the bathroom and take a picture of yourself. And I'm like, yeah, obviously cool.
And I started having more of these conversations with people and just noticing that everyone was always really engaged in it. From there, I guess I realized that sex is a good place to start. And then I did a show at school that was sort of like expectation versus reality about sex. And it sort of morphed into this thing when we realized that a part of the goal was to really like open dialogue and create discussion about sex.
Being a promiscuous bisexual person who was like, I can't do monogamy, I felt like love wasn't possible for me in a lot of ways. Well, I personally really like when people can ask me anything about my bisexuality, because it's insane to me how many times people have in confidence asked me that and been really embarrassed about a lot of the questions surrounding it. And not because, you know, they're prejudiced, but just because it's something that a lot of people don't know about.
You get more relation from male to female?
I would say it's fairly even for me. I'm one of those rare 50-50 bisexuals, but I would also say it's really dependent on the person.
What I learned about sexuality was that I have so much more to learn. I feel like it's one of those things that you could just keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. So I learned that it's just this big giant universe that goes on and on and on, and there's something that floats everyone's boat out there.
I used to have sex. A lot of sex. I love sex. I still love it. I just can't have it. When I went into labor, it was discovered that my baby was full posterior. This is a fancy way of saying that he was flipped around backwards with his little giant head ramming into my lower spine and pelvis, causing extreme pain. It was like a billion shards of glass trying to escape through my all at once.
One thing is being able to laugh at one situation, whether it's a terrible experience, whether it's a really good one. Humor is a great tool to be able to say, hey, we're all in the same boat. Like, I know nothing about sexuality. Like, you know, I'm fairly young, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can.
Like, my cousin came to town and he told me about it, so I like tried it out the other night. It's pretty fun.
That's what that is, jerking off? I've been doing it all this time and everybody else does it too? Yeah, right. Cool.
It's the first time I've been since I've been a widow, and all the things that I went through, that I could be with this number of people that also had experienced things and could say something about it and talk about it, not out of fear or not out of a disappointment, but just at the fact that it was a fact of life.
What did you think of tonight's performance?
I thought it was really honest. I loved how open everyone was and how engaging the audience was. It's really great to see these kind of shows take place here in Vancouver.
So there you have it, an engaging performance, but more than that, a bona fide conversation about sex. Yes, that's right, I said bona fide. And for City Lights Novus TV, I'm Jordan Wade.